What's going on, far, far away family? Welcome back to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. And I have a question for y'all, real quick. Well, I have a question for Garrison. Why do I always got to do the fucking intro every fucking time? Well, you gonna do the intro sometimes. I'm tired of doing the intro.
Bro, I am so down. I'm so down. All good. I can do it. I can do the intro. Well, welcome to LightSaber Radio. Fuck you, Kyle. I'm in charge. I'm just kidding.
But before we jump in, like to the actual episode, before you even get to the title or the fucking we'll do the fucking intro first. But we're gonna talk a little bit about Ahsoka because I watched some Dave Filoni interviews and I rewatched.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Oh, thanks, Garrison. Then you cut me off. Then you cut off the fucking intro. What are you doing?
Bro, I swear to God, I did not mean to click that.
All right. We're going to talk about Ahsoka for a little bit. But first, let's drop the intro. Then we're going to talk about Ahsoka a little bit. Then we'll get to the Housebreaker, and then we'll get into the episode. Because there's some things that I've seen. I watched some interviews with Dave, and there's some things. I watched it 4 more times. I watched episode 4 more times, and I watched the first 4 episodes 4 times, 1 time apiece. And I've noticed some new things that I want to bring up right quick before we jump into the actual thing. I want to talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about it. So let's get to the intro.
And there's been some confusion about it too. So yeah. All right.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now if you only knew the power of darkness.
Here it comes.
Let's go.
You are now
Hello there.
Okay. So, real quick, I watched a couple different interviews with Dave Filoni. So Dave Filoni basically said in these interviews that it's about Ahsoka. The whole point of Ahsoka being in between the worlds and the final training from Anakin was about letting go of her hatred. Hatred for what the Jedi did to her, hatred of how Anakin didn't fight for her, right? Say basically the same shit that Anakin was mad at her about, how the fucking Jedi order fucking went against him and then she left him and all that shit. Then it was also about letting go of her past. Like, your past has nothing to do with what's going on in the future type shit.
You're living
and
in
then
the past.
In another one, he talked about, well, of course, the very first one that actually came out before the episode, that this was his favorite episode. And, you have to look at the underlying meanings of what's being said in the dialogue to understand what's going on. Now, the dialogue between Anakin and Ahsoka, if you know what's going on, if you watch the Clone Wars, if you haven't watched the Clone Wars, then, you're not going to understand none of this shit. But if you really watched the Clone Wars and you watched how Ahsoka and Anakin interacted and some of the questions that Ahsoka had asked Anakin during this whole time, then you'll understand the dialogue of the clips, what Anakin's really trying to teach her. And I think nobody really fucking knows the true answer. I don't even think Dave knows, because he gave 3 different fucking responses to the question. No. What did it mean? I think basically it's just her transformation into the white. That's what it is. She had to go into the belly of the beast, the whale. They put the significance of her flying into the whale's mouth like Jonah and the whale. That's the whole significance of it. She has to go through something traumatic in order to come out as the white. Ahsoka the white, which is, I don't know why we have to have Ahsoka the white. Why can't it just be Ahsoka? She already went through that already before this even happened. So why we go through it again? But I have a bad feeling, and because rewatching that, and every time I watched it, I seen something more, and I got more in depth, and I liked it even more. I have a very bad feeling that they're not going to be able to top episode 4 or episode 5. I don't know how that they can, all the meanings, all the in-depth, all the greatness, having Hayden Christensen in it, having all the things that they did within that episode, right. I do not see a way that they can come out and better that. I think episode 5 is going to be the best episode of the series. Unless they do something fucking spectacular, which I don't know, because right. Thrawn, yeah, but if you're not a Star Wars fan, or if you're just getting into Star Wars, like you've only watched the you know what I'm saying, the Disney Plus stuff and the original trilogy, but you ain't ever, you know, you're not really like super fans like us that watch every damn thing. Like, it doesn't make no difference to you. You know what I'm saying? But for us fans, I don't know how they can top what they did in this episode. Thrawn, you know what I'm saying, he's a good character. People are going to like Thrawn. I like Thrawn. Thrawn's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. You know, I like all the Thrawn, the old Thrawn books, the new Thrawn books is good. I just don't know how that they're going to be able to top that. Like, all the intricate meanings, all the stuff that they did in this episode, I don't know how they can top it. I'm hoping Dave got something up his sleeve that can just come out spectacular. But I don't know. This fucking episode was fucking amazing. Yeah. Like, and the more I watched it, I can't even say that about anything in Andor or Mando or anything that I watched it fucking 8 times. And it got better every fucking time, and I learned something new every fucking time I watched it. Like, I watched it 3 times, and then I watched it 4 more. So total, I watched it 7 times. And in the 7 times that I have watched it, you know what I'm saying, there's like, I learned something new every single time. I can't even say that about Mando. None of the Mandos, and I watched all of Mando at least 8 times. All the series of Mando at least 8. I watched Andor like 4 times. Andor got some pretty good episodes that, you know, you go back and watch it, but after about 3 or 4 times, you're not learning nothing new. It is what it is. It's written very directly to the point of the story. And it's a great story. But this one, every time I watch it, I see something different. I see something new. I find out something new. I just don't know how they can top that. And it scares me. It really, really scares me, because I want the next 3 episodes to be fucking so awesome that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm just like, Ahsoka's the shit. And I'm just scared. I don't know.
You're already there, it sounds like, Kyle.
Dude, this shit
whipped.
Because Ahsoka, like, I've said it since the very beginning. Ahsoka's one. So I might be a little bit biased because Ahsoka's one of my favorite characters. But you look at them first 4 episodes, Ahsoka was very dry. Even Dave said that she was dry. She was written that way. He says it in the interview. She's written to be that way. That way, in episode 5, she could have her transformation and become a new person. It was more about telling, the way he said it was more about telling the story of how they got there. And I'm like, dude, you didn't even tell that story. Like, I still don't know how the hell Sabine became Ahsoka's fucking Padawan. I don't know how the hell they found Hu Yang. I don't know where Balin and them came from. I don't know none of this shit. So what story building was you doing at that part? It was just like, this is what's happening. Next episode, 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 boom! Great, amazing shit happens, and it's like, okay, what was the fucking point of the first 4 episodes? Because I didn't really learn shit. Like, I don't know why it's fucking Sabine's a fucking trying to be a Jedi, and she has no Force abilities. I told you. I don't know why any of these characters are doing anything that they're fucking doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of this, that shit didn't even make sense. And then this episode 5, literally made the first 4 episodes worse. You know
I told you, that's literally what I said.
Like, when I went back and watched, because I watched all 4, like, I watched all 5 of them in concurrent. And I was just like, dude, what was the, like, the first 4 episodes. I mean, not to say that they're bad. They're not bad episodes. They just really didn't. They were just kind of there. They weren't like spectacular. They weren't fucking terrible. They were just like, okay, okay.
Well, I think another reason.
All right.
I think another reason that the following episodes can't really hold up is because whether you like Dave Filoni or not, he uses like one of his biggest techniques, and one of the things that everybody likes about him, is the fact that he's constantly tying in previous shit. Whether you call that fan service, whether you call it what you want, but the fact that he's constantly bringing up and talking about and tying in stuff that we already know, characters that we already know, bringing up characters that we knew before, right? And the fact that he's already brought back Anakin, which is arguably the character that everyone was kind of most excited about. And
I was excited to see him.
Yeah, I don't know who else he's gonna bring back. Like he's done everything he can do fan service wise.
Well,
so
Ezra
the rest of
is a
just
good
gotta be a good story.
Ezra's a good bring back. Thrawn's a good bring back, but they're not fucking
like
Hayden
Anakin.
Christensen. They're not fucking Darth Vader. They're not Anakin. They're not them. And especially because neither one of these characters have ever been in live action. And we've already had Anakin in live action in the Kenobi series. So it was like we had a build up there of Anakin and Vader, and then they dropped it. And then they dropped it so hard in the episode. When he's walking down that platform and he's flashing between Vader, dude, that shit was fucking awesome. That shit was awesome. And then, you know what I'm saying, him being Vader as Anakin, like eyes red lightsaber, you know what I'm saying, being Anakin Vader, you know what I'm saying, not Cyborg Vader. That shit has never been done in live action other than the movies. It wasn't done on a TV series. And now it's been done. So it's so hard to compete with that. And I don't know if Ezra's a great character in Rebels. But now you're bringing him to live action. I just don't think, if you haven't seen Rebels, you're not, like, as a new fan, you're not going to be fucking, like, oh my God, everybody knows who fucking Anakin is. Even if you ain't even a Star Wars fan, you know who fucking Darth Vader is. Fuck, Darth Vader is one of the most iconic bad guys ever.
Of all time, yeah.
Of all times. So there's no way that you can, like, it's so hard to top that. And, and then the intricacies of the dialogue, like when you listen to what they're actually talking about, it's like, dude, this is way more in depth than like we initially thought. Cause like, you know, I watched it the first time, just to enjoy it. I don't pay no attention. I try my hardest not to pay any attention to anything. I watched it the second time. I'm looking for Foley. I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying, the different things, you know, any imperfections in the editing. I watched it the third time because I'm listening for the dialogue, you know, make sure everything fits together. And then I watched it 4 more times, and each time I was noticing something new. And the more I listened to the dialogue, even though the dialogue is a little bit clunky, what they're talking about ties back in so good with what some of the things that Ahsoka was having issues with in the Clone Wars. Like, she didn't want to be this fucking person. She didn't want to be this person. And it always caused strife because she's like, why do we have to do this? Why am I a commander of a fucking battalion and I'm a fucking Padawan? I'm like, why are we even doing this? We're not supposed to be in war. We're not warriors. We're protectors of the peace. This is not protecting the peace. And that's kind of was shadowed in this episode. And it just brought this really, really in-depth, like to any real Star Wars fan, somebody just, you know, been out there, watched everything. It really drew in the ideas and the concept of what Ahsoka's going through for her to be like Jonah in the belly of the whale. And then they signified, whatever that word is, you know, signified it by her going into the whale at the end. Like, that was the tile. Like, because that's basically what she's talking about. It's about her transformation, and then she goes into the belly of the whale. You know what I'm saying? She goes in the whale's, in the Purgle's mouth. You know, her transformation is done. She goes in, and that was like the tie. Everything that he did in that was just fucking, like, the way it all ties together in the episode is spectacular. And if you're a true Star Wars fan, and you've been back and you watched all the Clone Wars, it's so understandable. It is so understandable how good it really is. And I just don't know how they gonna beat that. Like, dude, Dave, I trust Dave. I'm a firm believer. Now, John, I'll be on a whole different story. I'll be like, oh, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But Dave I mean, fuck, he wrote goddamn the Clone Wars. He wrote Rebels. You know what I'm saying? That's what his job was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's basically George Lucas's Padawan.
I think Ahsoka is going to end up being another debated show where it's going to be highly debated between people who liked it and people who thought it was okay. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to have the same like consensus where everyone thought it was good. You know what I mean? Like the first seasons of Mandalorian, you know, everybody liked it. You don't know anybody who didn't like it. Ahsoka, I don't feel like there's going to be that same consensus. Another thing is, I thought it was funny because I've been looking through Star Wars news, and it seems like some of the highest headlines all over have been people not knowing what the fuck that flashback was about.
Yeah. Well, that's because a lot of people that don't know the details. A lot of people,
Which is exactly the problem.
Seen Ahsoka.
But that's the exact problem I've been telling about this show is like in the first 4 episodes, they gave nothing. You have no clue what's going on unless you've seen the previous Rebels.
Unless you've seen Rebels.
Exactly.
And then a lot of people don't even know who Ahsoka is. The first time they seen Ahsoka was in Mando, because that's when they started watching Star Wars. They watched The Mandalorian, they watched the Book of Boba Fett, they watched the Kenobi series, they watched Andor, then they're watching this, and like if you don't know who these people are. You know what I'm saying? Like who is Ahsoka? And they didn't really give us no details of who these characters are. I mean, they kind of did in this episode because they go back and show her in the Clone Wars. Oh, she was in the Clone Wars. Oh, she was Anakin. Because everybody knows who Anakin is. Oh, that was Anakin. But they don't even really, I mean, they do explain because he calls her Padawan and he calls her Snips and, you know, saying you can see what's going on, him trying to train her. So you know that that's Anakin's Padawan. I mean, if you have any type of common sense, you can figure that out in episode 5. But going back for the first 4 episodes, you really don't have no commonality. You don't have nothing that ties things in. And if you've only seen Mando and the Book of Boba Fett and, you know, Andor and Kenobi, because Andor and Kenobi really don't tie into any of this,
right? You
know, other than Vader and Anakin being there, it doesn't really tie into this story because these are things that happened prior. This is all after Return of the Jedi. So it's just like and it kind of sucks because, you know, they can say that they wrote this. Dave can say that he wrote this for any fan, but it's not. It's really a continuation of Rebels. It's Rebel Season 5. It's live action Rebel Season 5.
Right.
Because we have all the characters from a beloved animated series, but if you haven't watched that animated series and you're a new fan that's just coming in and your first experience is like the movies and then The Mandalorian, you're not going to know who Ahsoka is. If you ain't ever watched the Clone Wars, if you haven't ever watched Rebels, you're not going to know any of these characters. And it's kind of like you're going to be in a loss. And they didn't explain anything in the first 4 episodes. Like, going back and watch them, I'm like, dude,
that's what
I don't know any information about any of these. You didn't give me any information about any of these characters in the first 4 episodes. Okay, Ahsoka's a Jedi. Who is this Jedi chick? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Sabine is her Padawan that has no force powers. How does that work? You know, Hu Yang is a droid that is teaching people about things. Oh, Hu Yang is he's been around the Jedi for a long time. It ain't till episode 5 where you get any real information that ties into the characters. Like, ain't nobody gonna know who Jason Solo is in all reality. Jason Solo is a comic book thing because we didn't. Well, I mean, at the very end of Rebels, we see him, but like if you ain't seen Rebels, you have no idea who this kid is. You just know that that's their son. Oh, he has force abilities. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't even learn that really until episode 5. Like episode 5 was basically gave more information, gave more details, was way better than the first 4 put together. The first 4 were just kind of pointless. And I don't know why. Like, if they did episode 1 explaining, okay, they didn't have to go back and show Ahsoka training Sabine before. They could have told us what happened to them, why they got into it, why they split up from one another. If they'd have just told us, you go into the second episode, explain Hera, explain who Jason is. Go into the third episode, explain the stuff that's going on with the New Republic and who Balin and Shin is. Then the fourth episode, you can leave it basically the same because we knew what was happening in that point. And then boom, episode 5 explains the rest and we're done. We're ready for 6, 7, and 8. But they didn't do that. And I don't understand why they didn't do that. Did they leave it open for fucking interpretation? Did he purposely do that because that's just the type of shit George does and George taught Dave everything? You know what I'm saying? And George will do some weird shit like that. Like where does it come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I just don't, and that's what makes me think, how are you going to top this? Like, dude, you fucking, it's like you threw your hand in.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? You got 4 of a kind, you threw your hand in.
See, I think he's definitely going to try to top it. Now, whether he tops it well, that's still up for debate, because I could see him definitely going a little bit too crazy on, like, fan service where it doesn't make sense. You know how I feel about Dave Filoni. Some of his stuff
I don't know why
good.
you feel like that.
Some of his stuff some of his stuff is straight fan service. You cannot lie.
Well, see, there's a difference between a fan service and something that applies to the story, though.
Good. I know. And this last episode was great. I didn't think it was too fan servicey, but Dave falls back on this a lot. Come on, like look at Book of Boba.
No, John falls back on it more because if you go back and you look at all the Mando series that's written by John, is all the ones that got like fucking Luke Skywalker coming in, Ahsoka. That's who wrote them episodes. Mando is fucking John shit. John and the other writers wrote most of the shit that has to do with that. Like, Dave didn't even direct that many of the Mandalorians. I only think he directed like 4 of the Mandalorian series, maybe more in season 5. No, I don't even think in season 3 because he was working on this. No, John wrote most of that shit.
Bro, the big everybody talks about Dave Filoni's fan service.
Oh, everybody talks about John's fan service.
No, have you seen the memes everywhere?
John Favreau fan service goes.
If you wrote this.
John Favreau, and every fucking thing that John Favreau has ever done has been fan service. In the Jungle Book, fan service. You know what I'm saying? He brings in characters that you know what I'm saying? Like, he brings in fucking like actors that are well known to play parts. That was one of the things that him and Kathleen Kennedy got into about because she was like, we're not fucking getting Tom Cruise to fucking play in Star Wars. You got to get other characters. You got to find other people because he's trying to bring in top name fucking people to play in fucking Star Wars that wasn't going to come in and play Star Wars, that don't want to do Star Wars. And
how do you explain the memes everywhere that talk about Dave Filoni and like Dave Filoni if he wrote
because everybody got this fucking because everybody pictures Dave Filoni as Star Wars, and it's not. Dave Filoni was George Lucas's basically Padawan. George Lucas taught Dave Filoni everything. And then when John came in, everybody thought Dave was running everything. Dave wasn't running everything. John is running Lucasfilms. Kathleen Kennedy is the top, then right up underneath her is John. And then Dave is a writer-creator. He just now got to the point where he's getting executive rights from that shit. He wasn't even an executive for the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. And I think the first season of the Book of Boba Fett, he wasn't even an executive producer yet. That's all John. But people know Dave Filoni. So they automatically say Dave Filoni. That's why I don't fall into all of that shit, because I know better with Dave. I've been behind Dave's career back when George owned Lucasfilms and the stuff that Dave did. It's not Dave. People just automatically, it's Dave Filoni. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Dave Filoni he wasn't even an executive producer.
So it's a big conspiracy against Dave Filoni then.
No, but you gotta also understand, bringing Luke Skywalker, and who else was you gonna bring in to play that part, to do that part?
Hey, I didn't say, but Dave Filoni, that's what he does. Really, I'm not saying it was a bad thing. Is that really fan
service? No, that's who had to come. That's the only motherfucker left.
I'm not saying fan service is always bad, but Dave Filoni relies heavily on it.
No, when you rely on something, is because your story is based off of Kenobi. That's fan service. The whole fucking series was fan service. Book of Boba Fett, fan service. The whole fucking series was fan service.
Yes.
You're creating characters, or you're taking a character that's already beloved, and you're bringing them into a scenario, and you're making a series about them because you know fans will watch it because of that character. Now, bringing Luke Skywalker in at the end of Mandalorian season 2, it fit the story because he's the only fucking Jedi that there is. You know what I'm saying? So who's gonna come get Grogu? Ahsoka or fucking... And Ahsoka already said no, so the only person you have left is fucking Luke Skywalker. You have Anakin coming in to teach fucking Ahsoka's final part, her final teachings in episode 5, because who else you gonna bring in? Fucking Palpatine? Fucking some nobody fucking Jedi that we don't even know about? Or that we ain't seen? Plo Koon? I mean, you could probably use Plo Koon, but Plo Koon don't know nothing about fucking staying alive in the Force or keeping your conscience in the Force, because he was never taught that. Qui-Gon taught Yoda, Yoda taught Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan taught Anakin somehow in the Force, I guess. But who else are you going to bring in to do that? You know what I'm saying? You of course you bring in Anakin. It's not fan service if it applies to the story, and it's the only person that makes sense in the story.
Kyle, you're misunderstanding. I'm not saying fan service is always a bad thing. Okay, fan service can be a good thing.
There's a difference between fan service and a character being a part of something that applies for that character. God
damn, Kyle, I know it's not always a bad thing, but Dave Filoni relies heavily on bringing back those same characters.
But who has he brought back?
What are you talking about? We've just gone over Anakin, bringing back Anakin.
That's the only person.
Book of Boba Fett, the entire thing.
He didn't do Book of Boba Fett. John did Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, gosh. Either way, I'm just saying it's going to be hard moving forward if you can't use characters that we already know.
Why would... I don't know if... I don't think that that's the reason it's going to be fucking hard to fix. You have to... Like, dude, bring in... Even in Kenobi, bringing back Anakin and bringing back Vader in Kenobi, it fit the story. That's not a fan service. That just fits the story. That's the person he's fighting against. Even though it didn't make no sense because, you know what I'm saying? And that was What's-Her-Face. She's the one that fucking wrote and directed fucking that. Book of Boba Fett, which is Jon Favreau. Who do you bring back? He brought back every fucking buddy.
Bro, Book of Boba Fett, Dave Filoni was part of it.
Yeah, he's part of it, but just being part of it doesn't mean it was your idea to bring these characters in.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it was not his idea. But
we know from other fucking shit that Jon Favreau does, he always does that in everything that he's ever done. Everything that he's ever done, he's always brought in either major stars, or he has brought in fucking some type of character that you're looking at. It was his idea to do fucking Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett. Jon Favreau was the one that took that shit to fucking Kathleen Kennedy to do. It was Jon Favreau's idea. The Mandalorian is Jon Favreau's idea, which I'm not putting down Jon Favreau for The Mandalorian. It was good. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't a fan service because that's the only person that applied to the situation. A fan service is like the Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi, a whole series about a character that they just destroyed. And then they brought in other characters within that to make it good. They brought Mandalorian, they brought Ahsoka, they brought Luke. They brought all the characters in the Book of Boba Fett. And then the whole series was, Kenobi was supposed to be based about Kenobis, they didn't even write that good because it was really the Reva story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like in this is not a fan service at all to bring in Anakin, because who else is going to come in? Anakin is her master. Who's trained her?
How?
It's not a fan service.
I'm not saying fan service is always a bad thing.
I'm saying it's not a fan service at all. It applies.
All right. That's fine. But regardless, all right, bringing in past characters. What else? If it's not fan service, what do you call that? You call it bringing in a past
we know
character.
for a fact that there's 2 more characters that are coming in from past anyway because it applies to the story.
Right. That's what I mean.
But I just don't think either one of those characters apply like Anakin would apply to the story. I mean, they apply to the story, but they're not a character that's going to draw a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. You have two characters coming in. Dave Filoni, whether you call it fan service or not, that has been a big piece of hype for this show.
That's like saying lightsabers are a fan service.
Oh my God. No, it's not.
It is. If a character applies and lightsabers apply, it's the same thing. A fan service is something that you do intentionally for the fans.
Oh my gosh. Bro, have you been listening to a word I fucking said? Whether you call it fan service or not, bringing in these other characters. And if these other characters aren't going to have the same hype as Anakin Skywalker, yeah, it's going to be hard to make it as big of a deal. That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying, this is what you're saying, okay? You're saying that fan service is when you bring in a character.
I'm saying whether it's good or bad. No, there's bad fan service and there's good fan service.
But how is it? Oh, explain to me what fan service is.
Fan service, bringing back something that either has nothing to do with the story or isn't part of the story and bringing it back. Now, this is part of the story. I get it. So it's not the bad fan service.
It's not fan service at all. It applies to the story. That's what I'm getting at. I was calling it fan service.
It's fan service or not,
I called it fan service on Wednesday, but then I had to redefine myself. I had to look at myself, and I had to set back, is that fan service? It's not a fan service if it applies to the story. It's only a fan service if you bring back a character, if you just bring back a random fucking character for no reason. That's when it's fan service. Or when you create a fucking whole series.
I'm not saying it's fan service or not. I'm just saying it's going to be hard in the future of the show when you don't have this same kind of big name characters that are going to be coming back.
Well, you do have two characters that are, but they're not as big as Anakin. So they're not gonna. Yeah. It's not. That's what I said earlier. I don't think that they can.
So what are you arguing about?
Top the series. I'm talking about because you keep using this word fan service and it's not a fan service.
Oh my God.
A fan service is fucking. That's like saying we're gonna come out. That's like saying that new Blue Moon or whatever the fuck movie this Snyder is doing is Star Wars because it has Star Wars references or it's Star Wars like it's a space opera. So it's Star Wars. No, that's not. Even if you have Star Wars characters in it, it's not Star Wars because it's not fucking Lucasfilms. It's not fucking George Lucas. It's not anything that has to do with Star Wars. It's a Dave or a John Snyder movie. So that's how you have to look at it. It would be, that's the only fan service that technically that I have seen so far yet that Disney has done is Obi-Wan Kenobi series and the Book of Boba Fett series. That shit was straight fan service. They were creating things that they thought the fans wanted to see. And none of that shit really applied because they created two new characters that do not exist. None of the stuff that happened in Obi-Wan Kenobi ever happened in the fucking in the Star Wars timeline, in the canon timeline.
Hey,
None of that shit happened.
How about we just drop the fan service debate because it looks like the chat's not having it.
And then in fucking Book of Boba Fett, they made Book of Boba Fett they made Boba Fett sorry. That's not who Boba Fett's character. So both of them, they made fan service things that made no type of fucking reference to each other. They had anything, or reference to the Star Wars timeline that had anything to do with the actual canon Star Wars timeline at all. And I'm not even a canon person, but if it doesn't make sense, there's no reason for it to be there. You know what I'm saying? At all. Like you made two fucking things that are just completely oblivious because they're not relatable to the character and these things never happened within the timeline. Now, Book of Boba Fett, we can say that is more closely to the timeline because that could have happened after Return of the Jedi. Of course, Boba Fett could have turned soft and did all that stuff. This is after Return of the Jedi. And he could become a good guy. It can happen. But like Kenobi, but it still was a fan service. The series itself was a fan service. Everything that was done within it was for the fans. It was not created or anything. Bringing Luke Skywalker in because that's the only Jedi left. Bringing fucking Anakin in because that's Ahsoka's fucking master. Bringing Thrawn and Ezra in, they're part of the story because that's what the whole fucking point of it is, to find them. It's not a fan service. That's what I'm saying. It's not a fan service at all.
Okay, even
Nothing
if it's
at
not. Okay.
It's not a fan service because it applies to the story.
Jesus. Okay.
Let's go back over some of the fucking thing. Hey, guy, Chris, what's up? Star Wars team leader. What's up? Dion, what's up? My interpretation of Anakin teaching is that she is afraid of training Sabine or an apprentice because of her past and what Anakin comes to be. She needs to be willing to follow her own path, not past. And that's kind of what Dave said. And the three interviews that I seen that he talked about, it's all about her getting over her past, her getting over her fears, the hatred she has for the Jedi and all that shit. There's going to be a show up on the other universe and the Vong going to be there. I don't know if they're going to do the Yuzhong Vong. I really don't think so. Because Rey can't beat the Yuzhong Vong. At all. Rey
can do whatever Disney wants.
Rey would die. You need a strong character, and Rey's not that strong of a character.
Bro, when does that ever stop? Rey stopped Palpatine, bro.
Yeah, but Rey didn't. Palpatine killed himself twice.
Bro, I'm well aware. I'm just saying Disney doesn't give a shit about what makes sense.
Palpatine killed fucking Palpatine. Well, Palpatine fried Palpatine one time, and then he turned around and fried. Just stop shooting out lightning, and you won't die. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is stop.
No, I know.
He killed himself.
Fucking pathetic.
Star Wars, and they're going to have to stat there to fight them while we don't see them in the future. Yeah. Dr. Kari sees 14-year-old commander, because she was 14 years old at the time when they gave her command of a battalion. Most of the Star Wars Jedi versions are open for interpretation, and that is in reality a clear message. Yeah, that's true. I think the problem is adults not wanting to watch animated series, so they're lost. That's a big reason. But you still have people like younger people that are just now coming in, and the only thing that they know is Star Wars Disney. They don't know anything about, they might not even seen the prequels. You got to think, if a person's 5 years old, like my grandson, he's 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's only seen all the Star Wars because I'm a Star Wars fan. But like, his mom wouldn't watch that shit. If he got to see Mandalorian or any of that stuff, his mom will let him watch. Like, I'm pretty sure he's watching Ahsoka because his mom is letting him watch Ahsoka because he's not here with me. But, you know, he's not going to understand because he hasn't seen all the animated series. He's young. I haven't had time to go through all that. He ain't even had enough time to watch everything yet. He's 5. So for somebody like that, or even somebody in the last, you know, since The Rise of Skywalker came out, there's a lot of people that are, you know, very young that never even seen the sequel trilogy. Or if they've seen the sequel trilogy, they're not going to understand what's going on here if they're not like a super fan and seen everything. So, yeah, I think that. Chris thinks, I think more of the problem with Disney season format. You can't just fit that much detail and background into a show when you only have 8 episodes in a season. I've been saying that. And that's another reason that Andor was so good, is because there was a lot more episodes in it. You know what I'm saying? What, there was 12 episodes in Andor? Or 16 episodes in Andor? Yeah, 16 episodes in Andor. So you just was able to explain a lot more, got a lot more detail, and you got a lot more of things that was going on. Yeah, it was 12 or 16. I couldn't remember which one.
It was 12.
Next season is supposed to, no, yeah, it's 12, because it's 3 episodes, 3 episodes for 4 years to run right up to where they die in Rogue One. Hey, what's up with CJ? I don't know. We haven't talked to him. Like, I told him to call and stuff, and he's never called.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
He stopped responding for a long time. Then when we finally got a hold of him, he said he wanted to quit, take a break, and we haven't heard from him since.
Yeah. Him and Tori are still both very active on social media, but they're They're not doing Star Wars stuff. They're doing more family stuff. So I don't know what's going on with them. Hopefully, we'll, they'll get. Maybe they just got worn out. I mean, it happens. Where can it been at? Chris, regardless, it drops this fan service debate as it's not going anywhere. Yeah, Chris, you're right.
I was trying to tell you to fucking.
CJ, I think they dropped off for personal reasons. Yeah, they had some stuff going on. They talked to us about it, and we're not going to go into detail with what happened, what was going on with them. So, because if they want to put that out, they will. But they needed to take a break. They had some personal stuff going on. This is pointless. Yes, Dion. Yes, it was pointless. Okay. Anyway, let's get to the actual episode. So let's we got that out of the way. I'm sorry we went on a fucking 5-minute rant or 10-minute rant about fucking fan service. Because I don't know, I just got to, I'll be honest, I've been getting in some arguments with some people that usually I don't respond to fucking shit on social media, but a lot of people been saying fan service, so I really looked at what fan service is. I even looked at the definition of fan service, and what we've been calling fan service is not fan service. Fan service is something that is done intentional for a reason that's outside of the fundamentals of the story or scene. Is what they consider a fan service. Let's say you got a housebreaker for us? Want to do a housebreaker?
I think we covered a housebreaker. We've been on 45 minutes.
You want to jump right into it? We can jump right into it.
Let's just jump right into it at this point.
Okay. Let's talk about the top 5. Our top 5 heroes. And this is only canon.
Yes.
We decided to only go canon. People that you can see on screen. If you couldn't see them on screen, then it doesn't apply because, we got Darth Bane that we seen on screen, but he's a bad guy. So Revan, I know a lot of people will say Revan is their number 1 hero. But here goes the thing. Revan really didn't save anybody. He kind of did. He kind of saved the whole galaxy because he put fucked up thoughts in the Emperor's head from
but that was in the book.
But that's not but technically Revan is fucking canon now. So, you could say that, but we're talking more like that we've seen them actually rescue somebody.
Do video games count? So Jedi
video
Survivor.
games count. Video games count because
Jedi Survivor
that's canon.
Counts. Got it. Cool. I got you.
Star Wars team leader said Book of Boba Fett wasn't fan service, that was hate service. Yeah, that shit was fucking. But it was just bad. I can't even fucking defend it. I want to kind of defend it, but I can't even defend it. It's bad. It wasn't even, the fucking story was just bad. If you was going to turn him into a good guy, you could have done it a different way. You know what I'm saying? You can't make your fucking secondary character better than you. You know what I'm saying? Just better than you. It doesn't work. So my number 1, I have to say, is Mando. Mando saves a lot of freaking
Your
people.
number 1?
My number 5 is Mando.
Oh, your number 5. Okay.
My number 5. He saves a lot of people. He's a badass. And, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, I have to give Grogu, Baby Yoda a fucking honorable mention for number 5 because he saves Mando a bunch of times too. So, they're tied for my number 5. But I if I have to pick one, I'll go with Mando. Mando does do a lot of, he saves everybody in the fucking entire show. At some point or another, he saves somebody. In every fucking show, he's saving somebody.
He saved a whole village from the dragon thing.
And Mando's just the shit. I love Mando. Love Mando. Mando is the shit.
Mando's a good character.
Mando
was dope. I still, the last season kind of wasn't my favorite. He wasn't as cool as
it wasn't my favorite neither, but the first 2 seasons made up for it. I can deal with one bad season as long as the 4th season comes back strong. You know what I'm saying? Then, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. It's
even if the 4th season sucks, I'll still watch it. I'll still like it. I like the 3rd season. It just wasn't as good as the first 2 seasons. It was But I can still watch it. It's not like the Book of Boba Fett where I can't even watch that shit. I try to watch it. I'll be like, fuck, why am I watching this? This is just stupid. Like, Jesus.
All right. So, my number 5. I was thinking about it and I was like, is he really justified? I don't care. I'm just going to go with it. Fucking Cal Kestis, bro. The thing that sets off the entire story in the first place was like, he exposes himself as a Jedi in order to save someone. Like, he's been living in hiding. No one knows he's a Jedi. A guy's about to fall to his death and die, and he uses the Force to save him. And in doing so, outs himself. Everybody now knows he's a Jedi. Now he's on the run, trying not to get killed. I thought that, I don't know. It's a great story, number 1. Number 2, that's pretty heroic. I'm going to save someone, even though it means me probably getting killed or at least hunted down.
Yeah.
And then throughout the first game, at least, he's saving people left and right. So, yeah I think I'm going to go Cal Kestis. Is
honestly,
he as powerful as some of these other characters? No, but...
Honestly, I didn't go in any of the games. I went all movies and TV.
Yeah, and I get that. That's why I was like, because I still wasn't sure if I wanted to include him, but
the video games, because you see it on screen. You see the shit on screen. It's not like a comic book or a book where you're reading it. You know what I'm saying? You can actually visually see it. So yeah, Cal Kestis, any of the video game characters can definitely be in there. My number 4 is Yoda. Because we see Yoda save Anakin and Obi-Wan when Dooku drops the fucking thing. We see him fucking save Luke when he fucking pulls the X-Wing out of the fucking water. And it's fucking Yoda. He's probably been saving people for a long time before we never even seen. He's been saving people for fucking 900 years. So Yoda got to be up there. So he's not my number 4. And the only reason he didn't get lower closer to my number 1 is because we don't see it a lot. We know it happens. So he got to be one of the top heroes of Star Wars. He has to be. Because it's implied. Yoda's the shit. But we don't see enough of it. We definitely see him.
See him do
we don't see it a lot.
Really.
We see it 2 good times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more than that. If you really think about it, like if we go back and really think about Clone Wars, you know, we probably seen him save, because I know in the very first episode of the Clone Wars, we see him fucking save a gang of people in the Clone Wars. But, you know, if you're going off of just movies and TV, and not so much animated, you don't see it as much. But Clone Wars, the very first fucking episode, he saves all 3 of the clones in there. So, you know, we know that he does it. It's implied. We've seen it a lot, but it's not something that's very memorable, like, you know, seeing Mando save people, seeing Mando fucking save Grogu a shit ton of times, or seeing like fucking Yoda, you know, or seeing some of the other characters that I picked. So that's why I put Yoda as number 4.
All right, my number 4, I put R2-D2, bro. Every episode, that dude's saving someone. The only reason I don't have him higher is the fact that like people are telling him to do stuff that in turn save other people. But he's the one actually doing the work. Like, he saved a shit ton of people. Every episode, I swear, he saved someone.
Yeah, that's definitely the truth. R2 saves a lot of motherfuckers. And he saves everybody. I think in every movie, he saves somebody at least twice in every movie.
Like, not only does he save C-3PO's ass in every single movie, because C-3PO can't take care of himself.
No.
But he's also like, think about New Hope. He saves him from dying in the trash compactor. You know what I mean? Empire Strikes Back. Let's see. I know he saves someone in Empire Strikes Back.
Guaranteed he does.
He saves. I know he saves C-3PO. Who else? What else does he do? Actually, Luke. I can't remember anything else in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, he saves Luke.
He
opens the door and saves all of them when they run out the door to go get in the Millennium Falcon, because remember the door was locked.
That's true, exactly. He's opening doors for him. Revenge of the Sith, he's saving them with the elevator. Like, come on. Yeah. R2-D2's putting in some work.
Yeah. So who's your number 3?
He kept Anakin alive during that whole space battle. I'm convinced of that. No way in hell Anakin was doing that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, R2-D2.
R2-D2. Okay. So who's your number 3?
My number 3, Obi-Wan. And I know you don't think Obi-Wan is like, yeah, granted, he's not as powerful. But, bro, episode 4 alone, he turns off the tractor beam and then lets himself get killed by Vader so that everybody else can escape. That's heroic.
It is pretty heroic. I didn't even put Obi-Wan on my list.
I know you didn't. I didn't think you would, which, I mean, I guess it's hit or miss.
He's in like the top. He'd be in my top 10, Obi-Wan would be, but he didn't make my top 5. Just because there's more things, like there's more shit that's like, most of the time you see Obi-Wan getting fucked up and Anakin saving him.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
You don't really see Obi-Wan saving everybody a lot. I mean, he does, but
and that's
it's not
totally
a lot.
fair.
It's not a lot. I mean, he did fucking kill, well, he cut them all in half and fucking, but he didn't save Qui-Gon.
He didn't save it. He saved himself.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't really save Qui-Gon. He just fucking avenged him.
Qui-Gon's dead. Now I can start trying.
My number 3 is Kanan. Because Kanan saves everybody when he fucking sacrifices himself to fucking make sure that the team gets away. And he there's a lot of times in Rebels that Kanan comes through and saves everybody's ass because he's like the only Jedi. Ezra's a training, Ahsoka comes in and saves all of his asses a couple times, but really during the series, Kanan is the one that's mostly doing the saving. So, and then that one right there, that's one of those, that was a tearjerker. I cried when Kanan died. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh my God, Kanan's dead. So fuck, he just got blasted. He fucking used the Force to push them away and just got evaporated by fire. He just got burnt to a crisp.
That's a dope death scene.
Yeah, that's it. So Kanan got to be in my top 5. Kanan is dope.
All right.
Kanan is dope.
He's your number 3?
Yeah, Kanan's my number 3.
Gotcha.
And actually, Kanan tied as my number 3 with Tech. But I couldn't really put Tech as a hero because we don't know for a fact if he died. If you die, you know what I'm saying, saving everybody, you're pretty fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? And from what we've seen in season 3, you know what I'm saying, basically he saved everybody and he fell to his death. So, or season 2,
true.
Bad Batch.
We actually don't know,
but we don't really know. And I know Mando's not dead, and we know, and Yoda's dead, Kanan's dead, but we know that Mando's not dead. But I don't know, like sacrificing yourself to be the you know what I'm saying, to save others. That's the most heroic act that you can do. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put.
Yeah,
I had to put Tech up there, but I couldn't. Kanan took the number 3 spot because Tech was not. We don't know what happened to Tech. So if he's dead, then definitely a hero, which I doubt he's dead. Definitely some hero shit. But if he's not dead, then
then it's okay. If he didn't die,
you're still a hero, but you're still a hero. But now you done dropped out of my top 10. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
Okay, who'd you get? Who's your number 3?
All right. My number 3. Oh, I put Obi-Wan, remember?
Oh, okay, yeah.
My number 2, I put Luke, bro. Luke saved, a whole other planet again. An entire Rebel base with the Rebel base, or the entire Rebel base on the planet. Death Star was coming around to blow up the planet, and he blew up the Death Star. He saved a lot of people right there.
And then, even in fucking The Last Jedi, even though we all agreed that sucked the way that he died, he did come in and distract the rebel or distract the First Order in order for everybody to escape out the back. So, and there's plenty of times that Luke has came in. So Luke is definitely in my top 10.
Clutch.
But I like the only thing like the Death Star part is he had help. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do it by himself. You know what I'm saying? If fucking...
True.
Vader would have shot his ass down and fucking Han and then come in and save his ass at the end there. Vader would have shot.
It was a team effort. It
was really a team effort. So that's why I didn't put Luke on my top 5. My number 2 is R2-D2. R2,
there you go. He's up there.
R2 fucking constantly was saving everybody's ass. Yes. R2 saves everybody at one point or another. He saves Padme. He saves fucking C-3PO so many times we can't count. He saves Luke, saves Anakin, saves Obi-Wan's. Fuck, he even saves bad guys. You know what I'm saying? He does say everybody. R2 saved everybody at least once. Like fuck, especially if you go back to like the Clone Wars. R2 was saving Anakin so damn much that it was just fucking outrageous. Like every time you turn around, that motherfucker was saving Anakin. R2. And then R2, how many times did R2 get fucking blasted and fucked up and they had to rebuild him and shit and fucking put him back together and shit because he done fucking sacrificed himself to fucking save the day. You know what I'm saying? R2 is a fucking G. That's a real hero right there. Even though he's just a droid, I'm sorry, R2 is the shit. R2 is definitely the shit.
Without him, bro, that
dude, R2, and not only is he just a great hero, R2 with, dude, such an iconic character for a motherfucker that don't have no damn lines. All he does is beep all the time. Such an iconic character. It's like, dude, you can't, like, if you really think about it, like we should maybe do top 10 iconic characters of all times. We might do that.
R2's up there, yeah.
R2 got to be like, dude, you can't think of Star Wars without thinking of R2-D2. Like, R2-D2 and Chewbacca is like probably the two characters.
And Darth Vader.
I'm talking about out of the super top 10, you know, the super duper, like, you know what I'm saying, Luke, Vader. But if you take like secondary character type things, R2 got to be up there, and Chewie got to be up there because both of them are very fucking. Everybody knows who Chewbacca is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows who fucking R2D. They might not even know who C-3PO is, but they definitely know who R2D2 is. He's just an iconic character, and he's a fucking, for just being a droid, like somebody that's fucking. I mean, shit, he was in my fucking top 10 of the most iconic secondary characters. You know what I'm saying? Background characters. R2 is up there. Like, he has to be. R2 is the shit. And he saves everybody.
So like many times, bro. I just want to hear what this man says. Just all the time. Like, I swear. He's got to have so much, like, sarcastic shit. When everybody's getting their medal, he goes, he's sitting there in the crowd like, bullshit. Like, I saved these motherfuckers how many times? Like, I'm the one doing all this work.
They would have died if it wasn't for me. They'd have been on a fucking trash compactor.
These guys are pussies, and they're the ones getting medals. Nah.
R2 is the shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So who holds the Covenant top garrison spot?
Bro, it's Anakin. Just the amount of times he saves, like, Obi-Wan. He single-handedly saved the Emperor, or saved Palpatine, saved the Chancellor. Now, granted, the Chancellor was a bad guy, but he didn't know that.
Not at that point. And he did it carrying Obi-Wan on his back.
And yeah, and let's be honest, he did save the Emperor when he knew he was bad. It doesn't matter who you are, he's just saving people.
I have Anakin. Darth Vader is number one too, because even Darth Vader, when Darth Vader saves Luke, he picks up fucking Palpatine and throws him down the shaft when Palpatine just shocked in the shit. Which, this one I don't get. Okay, and y'all might have because this just popped in my head, so I got to think about it. Palpatine shocks fucking Mace Windu. Mace Windu blocks it with his lightsaber. Does that shit make it more powerful? Because that shit was like, he only shocked himself for like a good minute. And it turned him into this old fucked up wrinkled dude that's all just jacked up. Then, when, you know what I'm saying, Palpatine fucking shocks Rey, she puts up 2 lightsabers and blocks it, and it fucking literally destroys him. Does the lightsaber make it more fucking powerful to redirect? Because he's fucking shocking Luke, and Luke is just taking it like it's fucking him up, but he had turned into the old guy. He shocked him for like 10 minutes before fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's like, I was just thinking about that. Like, does the fucking lightsaber make it more fucking powerful to redirect? You think it would lose power on the redirect? You know what I'm saying?
It was more like how he was shocking.
Because he was just fucking Luke up. He just.
Yeah, I feel like Luke, it was like.
Luke is just like, Dad, Luke, help me.
I feel like with Luke, he wasn't even doing full power. He was doing like, I want it to hurt rather than I want it to kill.
I don't know. That shit went all for a grit, and Luke could just survive. It didn't even make him look old or anything.
Hey, maybe we just underestimate Luke. Maybe Luke was like keeping himself alive, and he's just that strong.
Using force healing that Anakin didn't know about. Like what? That's a thing. Force healing is a thing. Why nobody tell me about that? We could avoid it all this shit if I knew there was force healing.
Seriously, God, I hated that.
And then Anakin fucking saves so many people, saves everybody, saves Padme, saves fucking C-3PO, saves R2, just saves everybody.
Saves Obi-Wan.
All through the movies, all through the Clone Wars. Like the whole Clone Wars is based on fucking Anakin saving people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what Anakin comes up with the crazy ass plans, just defeats the fucking other side all the time, which saves everybody. Like, yeah. Anakin, number one. Definitely number one. Anakin, Darth Vader saves more people than anybody else in the entire Star Wars history. You know,
like on more occasions.
Yeah, on more occasions. Yeah, he saves it. And he literally sacrifices himself to fucking save his son. So he goes out because we all, like anybody, and this is not so much known on screen, but when Vader was built, that's the reason Vader never went against Palpatine, because his heart was connected to the suit. If Palpatine ever died, then Vader would die. So he knew he was going to die if he threw him down that fucking shaft. Because he had his hand cut off. It was a fucking electronic hand. He wasn't going to die. You know what I'm saying? Luke, he knew he was going to die, so he wanted to look on Luke's fucking face. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had his electronic hand cut off. Like, they could have just repaired his hand. He'd have been fine. But no, he was already dying. So he knew he sacrificed himself to save his son. And any father would do the same thing. And that redeemed him in Back to the Light Side. Plus, it made him the greatest fucking hero. I mean, and Darth Vader is better than everybody else, so I don't care. Darth Vader's the shit. Darth Vader is the most iconic character in Star Wars. I don't care what nobody says. You ask anybody 100%. About Star Wars, the first everybody knows who Darth Vader is.
Yeah.
Like fucking people you go to Africa and ask a tribe member, Star Wars, Darth Vader. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Darth Vader.
You go to fucking Australia and you ask somebody about fucking Star Wars, one of them fucking cannibal tribes over there that still be eating people and shit.
Jesus.
And
we're just gonna get
know
fucking
who Darth Vader is. Hey, that shit's still in existence. It was crazy. I was just listening to a fucking podcast. They was talking about that shit. Like, what? There's still fucking tribes that eat people and shit. Like, fuck, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. And that will tie into one of our fucking questions in the Impossible Quiz.
Of course it will. Of course it will.
Yeah, so that's my top 5. And there's definitely, like I said, Tech is an honorable mention. Grogu's an honorable mention. Leia's an honorable mention. Leia saves everybody's ass.
Who did Leia save?
Leia saved them all.
What?
I mean, she had the help of fucking Holdo, but Leia's the one that came up with the fucking thing about getting the fuck away, shooting the fucking things out. Well, Holdo came up, but it was Leia's plan to begin with. Leia's the fucking...
Oh, in the sequels?
Yeah, in the sequels.
Oh, that's fair. Okay,
and Leia, fuck. Leia saved them when she shot out the thing and they jumped in the fucking trash.
Oh, yeah, the trash compactor. She almost got him killed is what she did.
She kept them from getting... Well, shit, they was definitely going to die if they would have stayed in that hallway. You know what I'm saying? Leia done saved their asses a whole bunch of times. Leia's the shit. And then all the Jedis, you just got to say all the Jedis. Because that's what they do. They save people. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? So Plo Koon, all them, just all Jedis would have to be like number 8 if I was going to number 10, or number 10, all Jedis. Because you can't go through and name them all off, just all Jedis. That's what they do. Like, how many wars have they stopped from happening just by negotiating? They didn't even have to use force.
Yeah, part of me.
So
was
we got Star Wars team leader saying number 5 R2, number 4 Mando, 3 Old Book Boba, 2 Chewie, number 1 Yoda. R2 leads his own team of droids.
They should do that. They should do like a Spec Ops team of just droids, led by R2. Put Chopper in there.
like all the dopest droids. It was fucking people up get HK and fucking
send them on missions. And honestly, they'd be like, they could honestly
I
do
would
some
watch
missions
that.
by themselves.
I would definitely watch that, even if it was animated. I didn't like Droid Tales at all. I thought Droid Tales was kind of stupid. But like if they made like a live action with the droids, like R2 and fucking C3PO and HK and fucking like just all the dope droids, like sending them in fucking battles and shit, and they got to go in and clear out everything before they get. Yeah, that shit would be. I'd watch that. That would be dope. I would watch that.
And they could do it too.
Yeah, they definitely could do it. There's a lot that they could do. That's what I'm saying. There's so much. I kind of wish that Disney would get away from trying to tie all this stuff together and just create some new shit. Like I've been saying it, and everybody knows that I feel this way. I think that they need to do the High Republic, man. I've been going through the High Republic books, man. The fucking High Republic books. Like I would even like do a fucking like if it was me. Like me personally, I would do Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy, or even the original Thrawn trilogy as as 3 movies, explaining who Thrawn is before we even go into this. Like before we even did Ahsoka, I would have done 3 movies about I'd have done a trilogy, at least 1 movie, like combine all 3 of the books into a fucking movie. Like how does fucking Thrawn even apply to this shit? Like people, I seen people on fucking Instagram yesterday asking, how does Thrawn apply to the Empire? Like, who is Thrawn in the Empire? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, the Empire's racist. They don't like fucking things, but Thrawn is blue. He's an alien. Why is he important?
What's he doing
like,
here?
why is, like, a lot of people are asking this. And if you haven't seen Rebels, you're definitely not going to know who Thrawn is, or if you haven't read none of the books, because he's not in the Clone Wars. He's not in any of the...
Yeah, you get what I'm saying about the TV show. Like, it's
like, I just think that they could have...
Unless you're viewing this as Rebels Season 5, it's not that good of a show. You know what I mean?
Well, just because you don't know. And I
That's
see a
what
lot
I
of
mean.
people. A lot of people are arguing, and it's like they say that they made it for, you know what I'm saying, for all Star Wars fans, even new Star Wars fans. And I'm like, dude, that's not the truth, because you have no like connection to these characters.
To any of these characters, and the show isn't doing anything to give you that connection.
It's definitely. I definitely think they could have done it a different way and made it like come out with a movie explaining who Thrawn is, or fucking redo it season 4 of Rebels. Like, because if you just watch season 4 of Rebels, you would understand what the hell was going on with this. Like, they could have made a live action Rebels season 4, or you know what I'm saying, or just done something so like all these characters, because like, oh, his dad was a Jedi named Kanan. Like, if you ain't watched Bad Batch, or if you ain't watched Rebels, you ain't gonna know who Kanan is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who is Kanan? Like, who is he? You know, and then for him to call him a Jedi, because technically Kanan was not a Jedi. He never finished his training. And he says it all through Rebels. Like, I'm trying to train him, and I'm not even a fucking Jedi Knight. I never got knighted. I never became a Jedi. I was a Padawan during Order 66. I mean, he learns a lot. The Bendu teaches him a lot, and I mean, he learns a lot about the Force. Ahsoka probably helped train him, but like technically, he was not a fucking Jedi Knight. You know what I'm saying? He was just a fucking Padawan. He just knew how to use the Force and stuff, and he utilized it. And he became stronger as he grew within the Force. But I mean, he never got the classification as a Jedi. So to call him a Jedi in the series, he
didn't pass his driver's test, so he never got it.
So it's, you know, it's kind of, like I said, I don't think it was wise for Disney, period. Not that I enjoyed all the shows that Disney came out. I mean, I even enjoyed the sequels when they first came out, and then it was like, okay, that was kind of pointless. You know, go to the movies and watch the sequel trilogy was cool. Go watch Rogue One was fucking excellent. Go watch Solo at the movies, you know, to see Star Wars in the movies and to see these TV series. Even if I might not like it, like Book of Boba Fett, something I didn't like, I still enjoyed watching them. But I just think that Disney should have just went a whole nother direction. They should have just left the fucking all the stuff that was already done. And I can't say that completely because I love Rebels and they did Rebels. So, but you know, I just think they should have went in another direction. They should have just started off with like the High Republic or something similar to that, or, you know, instead of making a sequel trilogy, come out with, you know, a new trilogy that didn't have anything that didn't tie into the original trilogy. They're just something all new. Because I'm down for new stuff as long as it's good. You know what I'm saying? And there's some definitely great stuff coming out. You know, some of the comic books, you know, some of the books this came out have been excellent. Like the Inquisitor, the Red Blades. Oh, that's a good book, man. That's a really good book. They could make that and explain to us about how the Inquisitors came to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's just so much that they could have done. They could have went in a whole nother direction. But, you know what I'm saying, trying to tie all this stuff in together. And the crazy thing is, before we even get the movies, we still got to get Skeleton Crew. Because Skeleton Crew is going on during this time. Acolyte isn't, so Acolyte won't be a part of it. Plus, any other series that they want to do before it comes to the movie. It's a lot to tie in. That movie's going to have to be 3 hours long to tie all this stuff in to get it all to where it goes right up to the First Order. Which I don't mind a 3 hour long Star Wars movie. I'll be sitting there eating popcorn with my eyes like this. Oh my God! But as long as it's good.
I do kind of miss the movies though.
Dude, man, it's
not the same.
And people are like, go watch Ahsoka episode 5 in the movies. Like, why would I pay fucking $20 to go watch a TV series I can watch at home that I'm already paying for on Disney Plus? Why would I go to the movies to watch something that's fucking 45 minutes long? Like, fuck, I gotta drive to the movie theater. That's not really sensible to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense to do that.
I agree. At least not for me. Like, I don't know. I don't want to go to movie theaters to watch a TV episode.
Yeah.
You get a movie, I'm there.
Now, like if they said you could go to like the movie theaters and watch the whole Andor season or the first 2 seasons of first 3 seasons of Mandalorian, like a whole day event, fuck, I'm there like a motherfucker. I'm there. I'll even watch season 3 of Mandalorian if it's all on the big screen, like watch them back to back, like cut out all the fucking credits and everything, and just let that shit flow. That shit would be dope as hell. But just to go see episode 5, like it's 45 minutes long, and 5 minutes of that is credits. Like, I don't, like, that's just a waste of money. And then you'll probably want me to pay $20 to watch it. Like, I can watch it at home. I'm already spending $20 a month on Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? Yeah, it's crazy though. I just so wish that they would do something. You know, I keep saying the High Republic because reading these books is fucking good. They got good bad guys in them. They got new fucking shit in it. Just, you got Jedis in there. You got fucking bounty hunters in there. You got got everything that applies to Star Wars in these books. And it's during a time period that we have nothing about. Like, there's no other books about the High Republic that's ever been really written. I mean, there's a couple, but they're not really fucking all that good. These books are fucking good. Now, not all of the High Republic books are good. Some of them are like, you know, especially some of the teen ones, teen rated. They're not as, I wouldn't say that they're not good. They're just not as in depth. And in that one book, I can't remember which one it is, where they do the audio dramatization. I don't know how to say it. I don't feel good, so I'm having problems saying words. But dramatization, however you say that shit. That fucking, I could not I had to listen to that book 3 fucking times because I could not understand what the fuck was going on. They had too much. They got fucking 8 different characters on it, 8 different people playing all these different characters. You had fucking explosions and fucking shit going on in the background. You couldn't even hear what the people were saying. Like, I literally had to put that shit in on Adobe and fucking, like, single out shit and, like, lower the fucking background sounds.
No way.
Shit. Yeah, it was fucking it was just too much going on. Like, you couldn't, like, explosions happening right during the moment of somebody talking. Like, dude, I can't even hear what they're saying, man. What are they saying? And then you're lost because you don't know what's going on in the story. So I put it in Adobe, in Adobe Edition, and I, like, singled out the fucking shit and dropped the fucking explosions down to, like, a good tone. Funny. It was just so, I mean, they had so much stuff going on. It was very hard to keep up with. Like, and I'm trying to listen to it like, dude, I can't keep up with what's going on because you got too much shit going on. Got 3 people talking at the same time. They're arguing. And, like, they're arguing like me and you argue. You know, we're both talking over each other. And they're doing that, like on this fucking audio book, and it's like, dude, I can't understand who's saying what. Like who said what? Like it just sounds like a bunch of ruckus.
That's actually kind of funny though.
And it's messed
The
up
fact
because
that
it's
you literally put it in Adobe.
Star Wars team leader says theater was 3 hours away from me, and it was $27. I said, hell no. I agree with you. I'm not spending $27 for a 45-minute, and like me, it's 30 minutes for me to drive to the movie theater. And it was probably the same amount. So I'm like, dude, I'm not going to see that. Like if it's a whole season, I would probably, like if they said, oh, we're doing a whole season of Ahsoka in the movie theaters for a limited, I would go see the whole season. Even though I know the first 4 episodes ain't that good, I would still go watch the whole thing. Because it's the movie spirit. Like the movie, like seeing something in the movies just makes it better. 100%. It just does. You got the popcorn, you're chilling, you got the giant ass screen, you got fucking super surround sound, THX. That shit is amazing. I would go see that. But I'm not going to spend $27 to go see a 45-minute episode. Like, and have to drive 3 hours to get there. No, fuck no. I ain't even driving 30 minutes. And then on top of that, I've already seen all of them on a thing that I'm spending $20 on.
True.
Like, it's just not, that's not practical. I don't know what's up with Disney and them just thinking that everybody is rich. And it's not that I don't have the money to pay for that shit. I'm just not going to pay for that shit.
They do, bro. They think everybody's rich, bro.
Like, dude, $5,000 to go stay in a hotel room for 3 nights and 2 days and 3 nights? Nah, man, I'm not doing that shit. That's why that shit failed, because you charge too damn. Now, if it was like $1,200 for your family, you know, but you had to buy your plane tickets, you had to figure out how to get there, but it was $1,200 for your family, and then you had to buy your food. People can't afford to do that. That's a trip. And it was for like a week. That's a trip. You know what I'm saying? That would be worth going to do. But $5,000, $6,000, fuck you. I'm not spending that. For you and your wife? Like, what about my kids? You know what I'm saying? They got that's another $6,000, $12,000 down the drain. Fuck that, man. People can't afford that shit. And we're in a fucking recession right now, and fucking shit cost of fucking milk is $5. Fuck that. I'm not spending that type of money. That's just crazy.
Biden.
Oh, excuse me.
You okay? Yo.
I told you I don't know. I woke up this morning and I just felt like crap. Ugh. That's disgusting.
Damn, you good, bro?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I woke up this morning. I just woke up and I was like, fuck, man. I got up to go let the dogs out. And I'm like, oh, like I'm standing outside. And I'm just like, oh my God. The dogs is running around. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, damn, I got to go up here and get this stuff ready for this podcast. Like, I don't ever sleep, like, anymore. Because like I said before, I have nightmares. Like, because of the way my body feels, I have nightmares that I'm on fire damn near every night. Like, I don't get, like, as soon as I get in a REM sleep, I have a nightmare that, like, I'm on fire or something. So I don't sleep. Jeez. And last night, dude, me and my wife went to bed at like 9:30. I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock this morning. Like, I slept for like 11 hours. I don't remember dreaming. I don't remember nothing. I was just like, oh. And then I woke up and I feel like shit. And it sucks because I hate getting sick now, because the medicine that I take for the MS, basically MS, your immune system is attacking your nerves. So the medicine they give me kills my immune system. So I have to take it every 12 hours. And I take it, and for like the next like 10 hours or however many hours, it kills my immune system. And in my immune system, I got to take like vitamins and all this different stuff to build my immune system about the time. Well, I think the way it's explained, it's like 6 hours. It kills, the first 6 hours is killing your immune system. Then, so basically I'm taking pills to give me AIDS. And then that's why I told the doctor. I told the doctor that you're giving me pill to give me AIDS, motherfucker. Because if they ain't that what AIDS do, kills your immune system. And then for 6 hours, it's rebuilding your immune system. Or for 6 hours, your immune system's rebuilding. And right about the time it gets to where it's because it takes, from what I've read and what the doctors explained to me, when it gets about 6 hours, that's when the programming of the immune system starts. So it starts telling you about that time, it's telling the nerves, or it's telling the immune system to attack the nerves. So then by that time I gotta take medicine every 12 hours. I gotta take my pills every 12 hours. And but when I get sick, it takes so long. Like I get a fucking cold, it takes so long for me to get better because I don't have no fucking immune system. You know what I'm saying? So it just takes for fucking like normal people get a cold, they're sick for 3 days to a week. I'm sick for 4 weeks. It just sucks. So I'm hoping I'm not like actually getting sick. I don't know. I just feel bad. I don't know what it is. Like I feel fine last night. Me and my wife went out to dinner, and I realized last night we're old. We got dressed up and went to IHOP, and then came home and got into bed. I said, "Fuck, we're old as shit." We got dressed up to go to IHOP.
Yeah, that's what.
Like what the fuck is like? We're
That's
old
cute.
as shit.
That's cute. That's cute. That's all That's all Addison would say. She goes, "Oh, that's cute."
It's fucking. We're like we went home and literally we just came home and got into bed and fucking watched TV and then fell asleep. So I don't know exactly what time. I know we went upstairs at like 9:30. I don't know exactly what time I fell asleep, but I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock. It was like 8:15 when I got out of the bed. And I don't ever sleep like that. Literally, I sleep like an hour or two, and then I start dreaming, and then I wake up. Like the other night, I had not last night, but the night before that, I had a dream that all my grandkids was like older, and I was on fire, and they were all pointing and laughing at me and shit. I don't know. It's weird. I'll be having a dream that like I'm in a 55-gallon barrel, and the fucking barrel's on fire, so it's getting hot inside the barrel. It's been like that every single night. I have a dream like that has something to do with like fire or me being on, because that's what it kind of feels like. Dude, basically from my neck down, it feels like I hit my funny bone real hard all the time. It never goes away, and I don't know why my brain simulates fire when I'm sleeping. Like, cause I can like right now I can block that shit. I don't even pay no attention to it. Like I'm like my hands and shit, they're fucking numb feeling. They're tingly and all. Like I hit my funny bone, but I don't pay no attention to it. I've had this shit's been going on for damn near 2 years. In December or in November, it'll be 2 years that this shit has been going on. So I kind of at the point that I just block the shit out now. You know what I'm saying? I just block it out. I don't even pay attention to it no more. But when I go to sleep, I can't like block it out. I can't not pay attention to it because now my subconscious mind is fucking doing shit. And then I have fucked up dreams. You know what I'm saying? And it's always dreams that I'm on fire. I don't know why it's fire. I don't know why my brain is like putting it into a concept that I'm on fire.
That you're burning.
That I'm burning. So every night I start dreaming, and the dream will start out like a normal dream, and then the next thing you know, I'm on fucking fire, and I'm waking up like, oh, or like I had a fucking thing that somebody was deep frying me, and my doctor,
God damn.
The doctor gave me some sleeping pills to help me sleep, because I told her, I was like, dude, I'm not sleeping. I'm sleeping like 4 hours a night, if I'm lucky. And I'm not even getting REM sleep, because as soon as I start dreaming, then I'm on fire and I'm waking the fuck up. So I'm not even getting like real sleep. I'm just like getting rest. And so she gave me these pills. So the first night I took this fucking pill, right? And I don't know the name of the pill. I can't remember the name of the pill, but I take this fucking pill. And it's fucking crazy. Like, it is crazy. So I take this pill, and I take it at like 7 o'clock, because it says take a couple hours before you're going to go to sleep. So I took it at like 7 o'clock. Like 10 o'clock, I'm still not asleep. Like, what the fuck? This shit ain't working. I'm not going to sleep. And then all of a sudden, I'm out. Now, so in the dream, I'm like I'm standing on this big ass deep fryer, and I'm looking at the deep fryer, it's sparkling and shit, and the chicken's floating to the shop, and then somebody pushes me in that bitch. So now I'm inside this fucking deep fryer frying, and I know I'm dreaming because I'm not dying, but I can't wake up. So I'm just
I know
fucking,
I dream because I'm not dying.
because I'm just fucking cooking, but I'm not dying, but I can't wake up. It was like the worst shit ever.
Damn.
So I got like this whole bottle of these fucking pills downstairs that I've never took no more of these motherfuckers. I refuse to take them. I'm not taking this shit. That shit was fucking horrific. Like, you can't wake up from your dream, but you know it's a dream, and you're getting fucked up in your dream. It's fucking the worst shit ever.
That
it was
sounds
fucking terrible.
You're literally sending me like torture.
Oh God, just hit my knee on the desk. Hella hard. It's like when I take a shower. When I take a shower, it feels like lava balls is hitting me. If the water is warm. If I turn the water on cold, then it feels like a frozen needle is poking every single one of my pores. And I have to suffer that shit every fucking day because I got to shower every day. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. Like, having this shit is terrible. And then they say, and they say that you got, I got to talk to this counselor like once a year because a lot of people with MS and ALS and stuff commit suicide because they got to go through shit like this. Constant pain. And it's not everybody that gets MS goes through constant pain. And, some people don't even have pain. They're lucky. Most people, the number one thing that everybody with MS feels is fatigue. They get tired fast. Like, I get way tired or faster than normal. Like, when we get done with this podcast, I'm taking a nap. Every day. Every time we get done with the podcast, I take a nap. Like, I get off of work, I come home, I take a nap. You know what I'm saying? I take like 30 naps. Every chance I get, I take a nap. Because I'm just always tired now. But only like, it's a very slim set of people that feel pain during MS. I'm one of the lucky people that...
Yeah, I was about to say, you just got lucky.
But, so I have to talk to this counselor like once a year. And they just ask you dumb questions. Like, I went to school for psychology, so most of the questions she asked me I already know about. But it's you got to constantly, be uplifting and all this dumb shit that they tell you to do.
Be uplifting. Because
people could, and then, like, I didn't know, but I was reading, like, all the people that, like, Dr. Kevorkian was fucking helping commit suicide. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Like, most of them people had MS or ALS. Because ALS sucks even worse than MS because your fucking nerve, your immune system is attacking your muscles. That's what my uncle passed away from. He had Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease.
Right.
And it basically is where your immune system eats your fucking muscles until you turn into a blob of skeleton with skin on it and you can't move. Like, when my uncle passed away and he was only in like his fucking 50s. Like, he couldn't get out of bed. He had to talk on a computer using his forehead and his helmet thing. And he had to move his forehead to get the thing to move across. Because that's the only thing on his whole body he can move.
Jesus, bro.
So, like, people find out they get ALS or MS and they are, like, with me, with constant pain. That's who Dr. Kevorkian was taking out. People like that. That had terminal illness.
Dr. Kevorkian? I've never even heard that.
Is it Dr. Yeah, ain't it Dr. Kevorkian? The dude that was the suicide doctor.
I don't know. Did I live under a rock?
Yeah, I don't know. That dude was around. He went to prison for that shit, I think. Or he committed. I can't remember if he committed suicide himself or if he, Yeah, lava balls, J-Dog. It's like, it feels like lava balls, like little bitty, like if you was like standing outside and the thing shot up in the air and like a little bitty, every piece of water hits you. That's what it feels like. It feels like little lava balls hit me. It hurts me to dry off. To put on clothes, it hurts because when I'm drying off with a towel, it feels like I'm using sandpaper. And it's not. And the worst thing about it is like none of this shit is real. It's like not real pain. It's not really feeling like lava balls. It's just the way that the nerves are sending the signal to the brain. It's the way that the nerves are sending signals to the brain because I have 2 lesions in my neck and like my T3 and L3 or whatever. I have 2 lesions that go across my spinal cord. So when the nerves are sending the signal up, when it hits them, it gets distorted. And the brain don't understand why the distortion is there. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on. So it automatically perceives it as a pain. And then it tries to signal. This is the way it explained to me. I don't know if this is really fucking, if that's really what's happening, but that's the way they explained it to me. So it's fucking up the signal, and then the brain don't know how to fucking understand what the signal is. So it says, oh, this is what it feels like, and then that's what it tells me. Technically, I'm not in no fucking pain at all. It's just all the preference of the way that the brain is. It's not like I'm really fucking in pain. But I'm really in fucking pain because that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why, like, you can't take Percocets or, you know what I'm saying, any type of pain medicine to fucking deal with it. Don't nothing work. No pain. Because there's really no pain. So to block out a pain receptor, it doesn't work. So it's just something you got to deal with. And I'll have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And the fucked up thing about it is fucking MS is not a terminally ill disease. Most people that don't die from MS, they die from, you know what I'm saying, other shit as they get older, you know, natural fucking, like if you do die from MS, it's usually because it has something to do with your the muscles in your esophagus not being able to read the signal, and then you end up choking to death because you couldn't swallow.
God damn, bro. Why do you gotta give me new nightmares, man?
It's fucked
Terrifying.
up. It's fucked up. The artist just shit. When I first found out, like, dude, because I didn't know what was going on. But I've been going through this shit for years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, because there's different stages. So, like, you know, my feet would go numb or hands would go numb or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, one day it did, like my whole body just went numb and it just didn't never come back because they would, like, my hands would go numb and then, you know, like a week or two, it would go back to normal. Or my feet, or, you know what I'm saying, something would happen and it would just go back to normal in a couple weeks. And Garrison is frozen, just smiling at us. He's smiling like, oh, yeah, that's a great story. Oh, he had to click off. But, yeah, it's just, fundamentally, it sucks to have MS. But, you know what I'm saying, you just go on. That's all you can do. Star Wars. That's why I watch Star Wars. It takes my mind off of it. Talk about Star Wars with you guys. It takes my mind off of it. Yeah, smoke a little ganja. Dude, I can't even do that. That don't even work. Like, then I just be high and in pain. I tried. It didn't work. Don't nothing work. But they do got some new medicines and that have been helping. And then I'm thinking about maybe taking a trip overseas and getting some stem cells, at least in the damaged areas. Because I have 3 lesions in my brain and 2 in my spinal cord. So if they could give me some CBD, didn't work. But if they could give me some, maybe I can get some the stem cells. Some people said that stem cells has helped repair the lesions. But that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That's a shit ton of money to get stem cells. Like, you got to be rich like Joe Rogan and freaking football players and shit. UFC fighters, you got to have a shit ton of money to get stem cells. And you got to go to another country because technically stem cells here are, I wouldn't say illegal, but they're frowned upon and a lot of people don't use them. I think they might even be illegal. I don't know the exact. I just know that everybody else goes overseas. All the people that I did the research, they had to go overseas to get it. Hey, you guys want to jump to some news and rumors right quick? I know y'all don't want to hear about me having MS for fucking, I've been talking about it for 20 minutes. Let's jump over and until Garrison can get back on here, hopefully here pretty soon. Let's go over to some news and rumors.
This is Alton Castle for the only news you need, the HoloNet News.
And Garrison's back.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, it's all right. Fuck, man. I'm telling you, it's just the internet. I don't, like, everybody I know has been having problems with the internet. I think the entire world is having problems with the fucking internet right now. Because, like, so many people have been complaining about internet shit. My boy Tony works for Xfinity, or Extreme. I think it's called Extreme Internet now, but it's basically Xfinity Corporation, whatever, that does like 90% of the fucking shit. And he's like, dude, he said he's so busy with complaints and, you know, sending technicians out because he works in up high and he's been there for like, I don't know, like 15, 20 years or some shit like that. But he said it's been so bad lately because I called him up and asked him. I said, man, what's going on with the internet shit? We have fucking, like, I don't understand. They have all these different companies, but they're all based, they all say Extreme on them because they all come from Extreme. Like, we have, what is this shit out here? Like Metro or some shit like that. Mediacom, that's where we have Mediacom out here. But in Colorado, we had Xfinity. But they're both say Extreme on their vans. So it's like, and Xfinity is based in St. Louis. Like, why would we have Mediacom and then Colorado has Xfinity or Extreme? But they both say Extreme. I think it's all Xfinity. Like the whole cable network in the United States is all the same people. They just put different names for
They're just
different
fucking
states.
with us.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like they have a fucking monopoly on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was like one company doing it all, it'd look like a monopoly.
So they got to give it different names for different spots.
Yeah, so they just different areas you get a different name, but it's still the same company because everybody's having the same fucking problems everywhere. Just internet sucks. It's slow. They talk about, yeah, we're gonna have 10G. Like I can't even get 1G, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? 1G is fucking up. And I got business, and I know you have business. You pay for business. I pay for business, and fucking shit don't work half the fucking time. Like, dude, I pay for business because I kind of need this shit. I do a podcast. I kind of need my fucking internet to be working. So some of the things that I had for news was one of the things, where was that? That I wanted to talk about was, where is it at? Oh shit, what'd I do here?
I thought it was funny. Dave Filoni says that Rosario Dawson is the most positive, uplifting person on set, which is funny because in the first 4 episodes, Ahsoka's the most like negative and like draining person on set.
The Lando series. I don't know if you guys heard about the Lando series. I guess now it's going to be made into a movie. Kathleen Accountant, she talked about the Lando series several years ago, but I guess now it's being transformed that they're going to give the brothers a chance. They're writing a movie. They said they didn't want to do a series, so they're going to write a movie. So if the movie is there, I guess if the script is good, they'll let them do it. If not, they're going to say no. But Hayden Christensen also said that, though, Garrison, that Rosario Dawson is like the most fucking uplifting and energetic person.
It's just funny because her character was just so like Stonewall before.
TVC, the Chrysanthemum Deluxe exclusive now is available at Entertainment Earth. So you can pre-order them on SDCC exclusive. It's a vintage collection Chrysanthemum Deluxe figure for toys. And this one was kind of like, to me, this is kind of controversial because it says Ahsoka's series shares an up-close look at Sabine's Mandalorian helmet. And I know it does, but at the same time, it doesn't. Like, up close to me, like, you just showed us the outside of it. Like, up close to me, like, I get to see the integral details of the inside. Like, what type of stuff that she has is different than, like, Mando's or different than Boba Fett's that she has in her Mandalorian helmet. Because, you know, every Mandalorian, when they all build their armor or they inherit their armor and they upgrade it and they make it better for what fits them.
Right.
So I like for them, you just show the outside view of it. Like, okay, you showed us the painting of it, like the way she painted it. Like, I don't care about that. I want to see like what cool gadgets it got in it and shit like that. That's what I want to see. Let's see, what else did I have? There's on the 15th there was a article that.
So I had
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Nah, Ariana Greenblatt, the girl who played the young Ahsoka, basically somebody commented on her Twitter, said she did a good job, and she says, this was her response: "Thank you so much. It took an incredible village, and I was supported by the best in the universe." This is the part that's weird. "I'll be able to share more once the unpleasantness is over." What does that mean?
I don't know. I didn't know she was in the Barbie movie. She's in Barbie. I knew she was in the Avengers. Yeah. Because she plays young Gamora, but I didn't know that she was in the Barbie movie, which I haven't seen the Barbie movie because it's not on my high thing. But I would like to see, like, if you're going to do, like, more Ahsoka, Like, she played a good part as the young Ahsoka. She did a really good job. And then I seen a picture of her and Ben what's his face that plays Ben Solo together on the red carpet. So I'm like,
Really?
like, I didn't read the article. I just seen a picture of it. It popped up.
That's
So
weird.
it was like, what does that have? Where are they connected at? And was his connection with Lucasfilm, it what got her the part in that? And then Barbie, like, are they related? Do they have? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not dating because I'm pretty sure she's young, but
She's not an adult yet. I hope they're not dating. Goddamn.
But yeah, that was. I seen that. I should have read the article, so I had more like. I didn't read the article though. I just seen the picture. I think the picture was in another article that I was reading, and I should have clicked on it and read it, and that way I had some some backstory to what was going on. But they were on the red carpet together, so it's like, all right, were they in a movie together? Were you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the whole scenario was about. Okay, what the hell? Like, why did my whole screen just go black for a second?
I don't know.
And then Taika's not making a Star Wars movie no more. Basically, he said in interview that says he doubts on ever actually finishing the movie. They kind of put him on the back burner. Said, if one day you get it finished, we'll go back and see if that's something that might take place. But as of right now, which we kind of all knew that. When they announced the 3 new movies and the directors, his movie wasn't there. So, I mean, it's kind of. But I think that the timeline is going to change on what the movies come out, because the multiverse fucking movie, Here to the Empire, Dave Filoni movie, I think they're going to push that up. I think that will be actually the next movie that comes out. First, Dave is already in the fucking Star Wars industry. He's already doing Star Wars projects, and it just makes more sense for them to do that movie instead of waiting till 2029 to do it. You know what I'm saying? And letting Sean Levy's movie and What's-Her-Face's movie come out before. Which I want to see Sean Levy's movie. I want to see the Dawn of the Jedi. Like, the book is amazing. If they use some of the book, I think that it will be way better. But I have a feeling that they're going to give Dave his movie first. I think Dave will be the next person to come out with a movie. It just makes more sense that they tie all this stuff in after Skeleton Crew. Because as of right now, we really don't know if anything else is coming out within the time period. Because Andor, of course, isn't in the time period, so it's not coinciding with it. Kenobi's already been out; it doesn't coincide with it. So you have Book of Boba Fett, you have Mando, you have Ahsoka, and then you have Skeleton Crew. Them are all the 4 movie or the 4 TV shows that is going into this movie. Acolyte's not going to be there, so I think that it's going to be like a really. I think that they're going to bump his movie up in the timeline instead of doing it in 20, because it's supposed to be Dawn of the Jedi, then the Rey movie, and then his movie was supposed to come out in 2029. It's supposed to be like 2026,
Honestly,
2020.
Until I see a preview, all these movies are still kind of up in the air to me.
Well, definitely with Disney, because how many movies have they announced or TV series that they're not even doing?
Yeah, bro, it's kind of a mess. It's all over the place.
Like, you can't really sit back and see. You can't even sit back and really, you can't count on what they say. Like, they've lied to us too many times. They say, oh yeah, we're coming out with this movie. Oh, it got backburnered. Or they're coming out with this movie and then it doesn't ever happen. Or, oh, we're coming out with this TV series and it doesn't ever happen. So it's kind of in that scenario that you can't trust what Disney says, because too many things changing, and money and economics and all that stuff plays into whether or not they're gonna. Because like honestly, I wouldn't drop a movie if I knew everybody was broke and wasn't able to go see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that. It's just not that's not smart marketing. It's not smart business. So I know it's not always Disney's fault that things happen the way that they happen, because you can't do anything about economics and who's the president and, you know, what's going on within the world. But at the same time, don't announce anything until you have something to, like, finished.
Right.
That would be me personally. Until I had the movie finished, I wouldn't announce it. I had the movie finished, announce it, you know, for a year, 6 months to a year before you drop it, then drop it. That way you build up anticipation. Stop announcing shit that might not ever happen. You know, so.
Yeah, it makes you look like you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, it makes them look like they're lying, like they're just fucking saying shit just to keep people's attention. You know what I'm saying? It's all like propaganda, you know what I'm saying, instead of actual things that's going to happen. Which there's no law against propaganda, thanks to our wonderful ex-president Obama. Because he passed a propaganda law saying that anybody could say anything, and now the news just lies to us, Disney lies to us, fucking everybody just lies to everybody. It's like the world of liars, the United States of lying.
True.
It's just bad. There's one other thing that I seen that if you got something, go ahead while I'm looking this up.
No, that's it. That's all I had.
There was another thing. I can't find it.
All good.
There was one other thing that I had. I can't find it now. Let me refresh right quick. It might have been. I can't find it. Screw it. Let's go to the quiz. All right, hold up. Hey, Angelina's here. What's up, Angelina? Thanks for joining us. Star Wars team leader says there's only 3 internets. And then he says GameStop has a huge Black Series clearance sale going on right now. So everybody wants to get stuff, Black Series stuff, head to GameStop. I didn't even see that. Man, see, I'm glad Star Wars team leader is here every week, because, man, he be letting us know about some stuff that I did.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything about GameStop.
It's hard for me to follow, like, the figures and stuff, because that's the side of Star Wars I've never really been able to get into.
I'm not a big collector neither.
Yeah.
Chris said he could have saw that coming from a mile away. I mean, it just makes sense that the Dave Filoni films is the next thing, the next thing that they would do. Like, well, I don't know why when they announced it, because they announced they announced Dawn of the Jedi for the first movie, then the Rey movie, then the Dave Filoni's movie, and Dave Filoni's movie wasn't supposed to come out to like 2029 or 2030 or 31, something like that. I can't remember the exact dates. But I'm like, dude, that's like, I'll be dead before then. Probably not. Hopefully I'll live a lot longer than that. But it's like, dude, that's a long time. It's like, how much more stuff do y'all going to include in this? But now it just seems like you have Ahsoka. They're going to get Thrawn. Thrawn leads up to Snoke. Thrawn, you know, all this stuff leads up to the prequel or the sequel trilogy. And so, like, it just makes the most sense to, and then Dave's already in the door. Why wouldn't you give the guy that's in the door the movie spot first instead of waiting 10 years for his movie? Like, dude, I don't think it's going to be that hard for. I bet you Dave already got it written. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Skeleton Crew is the scripts was already written and everything, so it's not like they're already filming Skeleton Crew. But it's supposed to come out this year or the beginning of next year. So it's like it's already done, or at least in final edit. So it's like you already know what's going to happen. So how hard would it to be? Unless they got more shit coming out before that, and you got the Bad Batch. You can bring the Bad Batch characters into live action in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And how they die, you know, or how they all get wiped out or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? You could tie all that into the movie. He's going to have to make this movie like 30. They can't do this in 2 hours. It's just too many characters. You got too many main characters that got to die because they're not in the sequel trilogy. And you got to explain all that. That's a lot to do. Mando has to die. Whatever happens to Grogu. You have Ahsoka got to die, which, you know what I'm saying, because Ahsoka's not there. You know, you got a lot of stuff that's going to happen. You got to find somebody that can play Leia now, or D8s or whatever to play Leia, because Leia got to be in it. You know what I'm saying? Because they already talked about her in Ahsoka, so they know that they got to bring a young Leia into it. They got Han got to come into it, a young Han. So, you know, you got or not a young Han, but younger than, you know what I'm saying, where he was at when he died. You know, you got to have Mark Hamill in it, because Mark Hamill's in the Book of Boba Fett and he's in Mando. So you got to see who you can get to play Mark Hamill or Luke. So you got a lot of stuff going on that you have to tie in to bringing up to the point of where the First Order comes in. And we know Thrawn has got to be the person that gets the First Order going. At least gets the foundations of it going for Snoke to take over. We know Thrawn got to die, because Thrawn's not in none of the end of in the prequel trilogy. And they got to lead it up to all these people to die to bring us into the sequel trilogy. And in the sequel trilogy, it just doesn't make sense to come out with the Rey movie when the Rey movie is based after the sequel trilogy, and we haven't even seen the Dave Filoni film that is before that. Like, it doesn't make sense. It just
sequel trilogy was a mistake.
Yeah, the whole like I said earlier, it all goes back to Disney should have just did something completely different. Then they could have had all these other series and came out with, you know, and then they could have came out with a better sequel trilogy after they did all of this stuff, because then they could have built up so much more stuff, and they would have had a way, because you wouldn't have had to kill off all these characters, because you could have put them in the sequel trilogy. You know what I'm saying? The only reason you got to kill them off now is because they're not in the sequel trilogy, so it wouldn't make no sense, which I know Disney don't care about that.
I still can't believe that, like, flipping Luke Skywalker looks at the script, knew this was stupid, and did it anyways. You know what I mean? Because he
says
even talks about
Mark Hamill talked about it.
Mark Hamill talks about when he saw the script, and I was like, that you're ruining Luke Skywalker, but he did it anyways.
Angelina says, she says, I hope they retcon the sequel. That would, I mean, they could lead in and then bring all these characters and redo the sequel trilogy. I just don't think Disney will do it. I don't think they'll put the money behind it, because then too many fans is going to be upset. Because a lot of fans, you'll be surprised. There's a lot of fans that really love the sequel trilogy. There's a lot of fans. I don't know why. I know why. Because that's the first Star Wars that they were introduced to. Because if you really look, it's a lot of younger fans. You got to think about it. When this prequel trilogy came out, a lot of people put down a prequel trilogy. And it was mostly the people that put down a prequel trilogy was older fans that was like, no, the original trilogy is the best. So they put down the prequel trilogy. And it wasn't until the sequel trilogy came out that they were like, oh shit, the prequel trilogy is great. It's way better than the sequel trilogy. So, but there was a big time and a lot of fans that really liked the prequel trilogy, because that was the first thing that they've ever seen. That was their introduction to Star Wars, which most of them came around now, but you know, to really identify the difference between George Lucas Star Wars and Disney Star Wars. And really, Disney Star Wars, I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. It's not George Lucas Star Wars. It just doesn't have that he had the finesse. You know, he truly had the finesse. It was his vision.
Should we get to...
Want the impossible quiz? Are you ready for the impossible quiz? I got some hard ass questions this time. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. These are some hard ones. There's some easy ones in here, but they're fucking really hard. Like, I probably didn't.
Stop right there, you rebel scum. Prepare yourself for the Star Wars Impossible quiz. Blast them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, sorry. Star Wars team leader said they could do it all as a Force vision that Luke looking forward after meeting Grogu. Yeah? They could say that all the sequel trilogy was just a fucking bullshit. A dream. Yeah, they could do that. Fuck. Come on, Disney.
Just have
Watch
it
the
be
damn episode.
Just have it be a vision that Luke had. Basically, like a premonition, like if Luke ever like runs away and becomes a bum, this is what will happen.
Yeah. So he doesn't ever do it. Okay. Question number 1. This one's not too hard. I tried to make this one easy. Get us going. Other than Vader, who holds the second most vital role to Sidious's plan?
I can't say anything yet.
Angelina says Mark Hamill was playing Jake
Skywalker. Yeah.
That's still one of my favorite memes with, yep, Chris got it, Tarkin.
Tarkin. That was going to be my guess, too.
Tarkin was the second most vital role. Okay. How many light years is the Star Wars galaxy in diameter at its widest point?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
Dun, 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 dun.
I actually don't know.
I know I have that on one of these fucking tabs over here on this damn board. I just don't know which one it is. Welcome to LightSaber. Oh, no, it's not that one.
The universe or the galaxy?
Oh, it's not that one. The Star Wars galaxy. Not that one. Not that one.
No,
not that
what
one.
the flip?
Not that one. Crickets. Okay, maybe I don't have it on here.
Chris says 120 million light years.
That's pretty
and I
close.
agree with that.
J-Dog said 200 billion light years. It's less than 200 billion. It's less than 120 million.
Really?
Yes. You guys are gonna fucking be like, what the hell? When I tell y'all.
Wait, so it's more than 120 million?
No, it's less than 120 million.
120,000.
Less than 120,000.
Really?
It's 100,000 light years.
Oh, 100,000.
100,000. Which when I first read it, I had to double check because I'm like, dude, that's not very big. But a fucking light year is fucking.
That's huge, bro. That's huge.
Like I don't know why I was thinking like 100,000. Like, oh, that's not that much. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, dude, 100,000 light years ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's huge.
But it's fucking huge. Like that's a long fucking time.
That means it will take light 120,000 years to travel from one side to the other.
100,000.
100,000. Sorry.
100,000. To travel 100,000 light years. And like how far? Like I was trying to read like how far an actual light year is. It's fucking far. I couldn't even read it. It's fucking
of miles.
Yeah, so many miles. Okay. Question number 3. What starship did the Resistance use to fight against the new First Order TIE fighters?
What starship did the Resistance use?
And I'm looking for the type, because I know you're going to say X-Wing. All y'all are going to say X-Wing. It's a type of X-Wing. I'll give you that. It's a type of X-Wing.
The P90X X-Wing.
No, P90X. That's a fucking workout. He said P90X.
The P90X wing.
You know what? I bought P90X and I was going to do it, and that's just still in the box. I had never even opened the box ever. I never opened it. BJ Wing. Ewing. Patrick Ewing.
That man, beast basketball player. Looks kind of like a monkey, though.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to give y'all the answer. It is the surplus T-70 X-Wings. They were surplus X-Wings. They weren't even like first line X-Wing. They were like a fucking surplus.
Some extras that we had lying around.
Yeah. Okay. Here goes the next question. Question number 4. What are the 2 aspects of the Force?
Yin and yang.
The yin and yang of the Force.
Push and pull.
What are the 2 aspects of the Force?
And I'll give you a hint. Physical.
I'll give you a hint. They work together harmoniously. Harmoniously, however you say that fucking word.
Male and female.
Male and female.
We got to work
When
together.
I first read the thing, I said the brother and the sister, the light and the dark.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But it's not the light and the dark, because they work together harmoniously.
The present and the future. I don't fucking know.
Knowledge and power.
Astrobogan?
No.
The physical and the spiritual.
Sort of.
The I don't know.
Okay. There goes the answer. The cosmic force and the living force.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I have to look it up. The cosmic force is the force that holds the entire galaxy together. The living force is the midichlorians.
Oh, I get you.
And they work together harmoniously. Okay. Now they're going to get a little bit harder.
The body and blood of Christ. That's funny, Chris.
What extinct ancient Jedi group used to sacrifice their Padawans in hope of discovering immortality?
Mormons. Oh, no.
I fucked up. Ain't you Mormon?
That's just kidding. I was just kidding. That was a joke.
What extinct ancient Jedi group used to sacrifice Padawans in hope of discovering immortality?
Sacrifice their younglings. Jesus.
Or their Padawans. They sacrificed their Padawans.
The Aztecs?
And this was a
Mayans?
Jedi group. This ain't a Sith group. This is a Jedi group.
The Aztecs or Mayans or Incas, whichever. One of those three.
I think the Aztecs and the Mayans used to sacrifice virgins.
At the top of the flipping pyramid, cut out their heart.
Angelina says, I bet Anakin is really mad at his grandson. The Vong things. No.
Ujan Vong? No.
Bogan. No. It's not Ashland Bogan.
Bogus.
It's an ancient Jedi order.
A cult is
Jedi
what it
group.
is.
Yeah, basically an ancient Jedi cult. They
drinking
used to
the Jedi
sacrifice
Kool-Aid.
the Padawan and hopes of discovering immortality. Are you ready?
That's some cult shit.
It's the order. It's order. It's ORDU. Ordu. Aspected. Expectu.
Asbestos.
The Ordu Aspectu.
Ordu
It's ORDUASPECTU. So however you pronounce that shit. They were an ancient Jedi order that sacrificed their Padawans to try to get immortality. It was basically
That's
getting
shitty.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That doesn't sound like Jedi.
But it was a Jedi group. Like when I ran across this, like when I was reading through the fucking Jedi text and I seen this, I said, what the fuck? Like, why would you even keep this around? Like, why would you put it in the Jedi text? Like, why would you tell other Jedi, yeah, we used to sacrifice you little bastards to try to live forever? Okay. The Senate holds sessions in a dome-shaped structure in the Federal District of Coruscant. What is the name of that structure?
The Senate building.
The Senate building, kind of. Not really.
The Chancellor
Angelina says she
Palpatine
has-
building for meetings and such.
Angelina says she has a question. Okay. So we get done with this question, then you can ask your question, Angelina. Or put it up there and I'll ask it. Don't nobody answer it.
The Derek Zoolander School for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
Come on, what's the Senate building called? What is the Senate building that the Senate...
The Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
No, it doesn't really look like a Pentagon, does it?
It's round.
The Circle.
It's the fucking round building in the fucking federal...
The Ring. Dun, 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 Palpatine.
Okay, it's called the Senate Rotunda. That's the name of the building.
Rotunda.
Okay.
Nutella.
All right, Angelina, ask your question. Well, wait. 'Cause I want to see if I know it. Because nobody asked me. What was
They
your guys'
suck.
reaction to the sequels?
They suck.
Yeah, they weren't the best. Like I can watch them, but like I watched them out of sequence of fucking the original trilogy because they make no fucking sense. And I don't like how they killed off the 3 major characters of Star Wars to fucking do it.
As their if they're their own movies, they're okay as their own movies. But you take them as Star Wars, they're terrible.
Yeah, it's like to me, it's like in fucking multiverse Star Wars thing with some of the same characters. Like it's all multiverse. I can't look at the sequel trilogy as part of the. Do we want to watch the Bad Batch season 3? Hell yeah!
All right, go to your next question.
I can't wait for the Bad Batch season 3 to come out. Who said, do you think that they will finally accept the Empire, that the Empire will only be defeated through direct action? Who said that?
Jin or so.
Nope.
Damn. Direct action.
Who said, do you think that they will finally accept that the Empire will only be defeated through direct action?
Andor?
No.
No, that doesn't sound like something Andor would say. Mon Mothma.
Nope.
I don't know, dude. That's tough. Leia?
Nope.
Golly, I'm just gonna be going through names here. The one other dude from Andor, the cool
Nope.
dude. Okay,
Luthen.
bro, I don't know.
Saul.
Yeah,
Nope.
Luthen. Luthen was the guess, but
It was, okay. My Mothma. Nope. Chris. All right. It was Brea Organa.
Bail Organa.
No, Brea.
Oh,
Organa.
I thought you said Braille, and I was like, who's Braille Organa?
Brea Organa.
The blind Organa.
No, Brea. Bail Organa's wife is the one who said it.
Oh, okay.
What caused Mon Mothma to step down as Supreme Chancellor of the New Republic?
What caused Mon Mothma to step down
As a Supreme Chancellor of the New Republic.
She got herpes. I don't know.
She got herpes.
I don't know.
God damn. Do they have herpes in space?
I'm sure they do. Space herpes.
Space
Man,
hooker.
probably, that's not even that bad. No, she got sex affair. Yeah, sex scandal.
Sex scandal.
They found her
braggy-ass
private.
husband.
They found her private planet with children on it.
Because her husband was a douchebag in the damn in fucking Kenobi, or I mean in Andor.
You know who
I
I
did
think,
not like her husband at all.
You know who I think Balin is?
Her failure to lead. Nope. She had an illness. She got an illness. She got space cancer or space herpes or something.
Space AIDS.
Yeah, space AIDS. Okay, who said the following statement? Look around. We are one and the same. Same heart, same blood.
Friday Night Lights. Oh, no.
I said who said it, not where it was said. He said he named a movie.
That's a TV show and a movie. It's both. Same heart, same blood.
Same heart.
Anakin.
Look around.
No,
we are one and the same. Same heart, same blood.
Was this set in a movie or a TV show?
TV show.
God damn it. That makes it hard. Andor.
Nope, it wasn't Captain Rex. Nope, it wasn't Andor. Nope, it wasn't Jyn Erso.
It's
I
going to
think
be
Jyn
a clone.
Erso
That's a good. Was it a clone?
Yes.
It was.
It was
Fives.
a clone. Yep, it was Fives. Yep, Chris said it. Same time. Y'all both got it. It was 5. CT555, aka 5. Okay, last question. Question number 10. Not all systems rallied to war. Some united under the leadership of Duchess Satine to form the Council of Neutral Systems. How many systems joined that council?
Oh, that's a great question. 5.
No.
5s.
No, way more than that.
555.
Nope.
Damn. I don't know. That's tough. The number ones are tough.
And I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch
the
this.
13 colonies.
The answer that it gives is
might be wrong.
A lot. Yeah, so I was like, dude, I don't know. This might not be the right answer, so don't quote me on this answer. But this is the answer that's in the book. So,
the 13 original
Dion,
colonies.
It's way more than that. It's not colonies. We're talking about star systems inside the galaxy of Star Wars, and there's a shit ton of fucking star systems. We talked about that before in a previous question. There was a lot of star systems.
120,000.
Nope. 1,000, J-Dog, you're getting closer. So, all right, I'm going to give y'all the answer. The book says it's around 1,500.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking star systems within this one galaxy. And I'm looking like, dude, the fuck, there's not even that many fucking star systems. Like, I'm looking at the map of the fucking, like, inner and outer and fucking rims and shit and the fucking unknown region and all this shit. And I'm like, dude, are you sure? 1,500, that seems like a whole fucking lot. But that's what the book says. So I'm going off of what the book said. And that's out of the fucking Star Wars book called The Star Wars Book. That's where I got that one out of. So that was a fucking lot. So, I think that was a pretty good episode. What do y'all think? Y'all have fun? I hope y'all have fun. I hope everybody has fun watching our dumb asses argue about fucking fan services for 20 minutes and be going on a 20-minute rant about having MS. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy it.
I don't enjoy it.
Like sometimes I'll be going back and watching our videos. I'll be like, what the fuck were we even talking about? Like, I hope people enjoy this shit because we wasn't talking about nothing.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just
I don't know. But I think we're going to wrap up today's show. And we are going to go. So next weekend, we have our Saturday show. And then we will be doing the watch party on Sunday. So,
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. And Angelina, I know you haven't been around, and I know we have a few other people that's new in the chat. So how we do, I'm just going to give a quick breakdown of how we do it. We actually do it remotely. We all watch it together. Just like we're doing right now, it won't be uploaded on YouTube. So we'll do like a 15-minute pre-show before we actually do the thing, and we'll give the link to where you can link in to watch the movie with us. We all watch it together. So if you want to come and join us for that, just tune into our 15-minute pre-show on next Saturday. We do that about, we usually come on about 11:15, right around there, and then we'll do the 30-minute pre-show. And then all the details is put in there on where you got where the link is to click to come and watch the show with us. And that will be on Sunday. We'll have our Wednesday show because we'll definitely be talking about Ahsoka episode 6. And then we'll be on Saturday on whatever topic we talk about on Saturday. So until Wednesday, you guys stay outrageous and may the force be with you always.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.